The new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com.
You are listening to High School Foul, where sports is the plane, comedy is the pilot, and the sweet Chiba is our jet fuel. Please sit back and enjoy the ride.
No, she's like, I'm in blackface. I'm fully immersed in this one character that y'all need to know about as I tell you the story of this white man.
She deserves Teacher of the Year. If she was around me, she'd get a golden apple.
She deserves the Rachel
Dolezal.
Dolezal.
Because you know what? Instead of teaching the standards, she went above and beyond and said, why, I could give you this, but you know what? Ain't no black kids here. They need to know a black African experience, and I'm going to give it to them. And that's what she said. You know what? I might not got no real black in me, no black blood in me, but I might got a black dude in me on the weekends. So, you know what? She wins the golden apple from me. And I would pin it, the Teacher of the Year on her shoulder, but she has to be in blackface when I do it.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
We are now moving on to our quick hitters segment. Quick hitters. Brandon, you ready for these quick hitters?
Ready.
Ready for these quick shitters? Quick hitters.
Quick hitters.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang, bang.
Pastor John Gray. Well, Pastor John Gray has been seen asking his congregation for money after he bought his wife a $250,000 or $200,000. Let's say $200,000 Lamborghini SUV. He bought her this after it was found out that he had certain infidelities in the sexual nature. It turns out Pastor John Gray needs more money. Please throw into the, what's it called?
Crucible?
The money pit? What you call that thing?
Offer plate?
The offer plate. That's what it's called. I ain't been to church.
The offer plate where my boy brother Franklin was doing all that flipping and shit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so Pastor John Gray, sponsorship.
Pastor John Gray, you're also the same pastor who your mistress said you were yelling in tongues as she was giving you head.
Did I tell you the story about my old barbershop? One of my several old barbershops.
Let me hear this.
Anyway, I was going to the barbershop, and one of the guys normally there is not there no more. They say, no man, he passed away. And I was like, oh man, that's sad, man, that's fucked up. And he was an older dude or whatever. And they was like, man, he was like, he died in a hotel with this woman named Gorilla.
The only other person I known to talk in tongues while getting head was the first time Pedro ever got head.
I'm like, okay. But like, hey man, he couldn't stop chasing after this woman, man. He had a wife and everything. But he said, man, Gorilla gets the best head in the world.
Do any of y'all know what a BBC is?
Obviously, Gorilla knows how to handle a BBC.
And so he died in a hotel in Berkeley, getting head from some lady named Gorilla.
Pastor John, I understand why you were speaking tongues. I understand why you bought that Lamborghini, because you realize it's cheaper for me to buy a $250,000 car than to give her half a divorce.
Shamanamanamanaya. Thank you very much.
I think my grandfather was trying to go out the same way. He took 2 Viagra and said, fuck this, Lord, I'm coming.
Big Baller Brand fired their co-founder for terms of embezzlement. We'll just say that there was $1.5 million at least apparently missing that they believe he took in on his own accord without consulting the company. So they parted ways, and Big Baller Brand is now in deep turmoil. What do y'all got to say about that?
Well, my main thing is like, why did Big Baller Brand need a co-founder?
Obviously, the co-founder was the better businessman than anyone else in there, because he knew this shit going down the drain. I'm gonna steal this money and get the fuck out.
I'm just trying to figure out what they expect from ex-con.
Sometimes your only choices are bad choices.
And he made a bad choice to be the co-founder of Big Baller Brand, and he made the smart choice of getting the fuck out while stealing money.
They sold shoes without any inventory, so how did they have an employee?
Lonzo, Nike, Adidas, Puma, or what? Antera.
Lonzo Ball, go to Xterra, whatever it is. Get some ugly ass yellow shoes. Get some ugly ass yellow shoes that you gotta wear while you in China, and make your millions.
Go to Pandora with Klay Thompson. Be the High Yellow Brothers. He can have the Splash Brothers on one side, the High Yellow Brothers on the other, and y'all can just dominate China. Shout out to Pandora sponsorship.
Shout out to China.
Shout out to China.
Sponsorship.
LeVar Ball.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Kodak Black man said he's gonna give Lauren London 1 year before he hollers at her. He's like, she gets about 1 year to cry and all that shit. But then this is gonna be my turn. He's not the first dude to think this way. I live in bad neighborhoods, and you know sometimes drug dealer gets shot, and sometimes drug dealer has a really pretty girlfriend.
I'm trying to figure out when did the Teletubbies start getting Instagram Live?
Kodak Black. All the men and women in this world. You just fucked up your airplane. You fucked up your money. You fucked up streams in LA.
I'm trying to figure out, is Kodak Black really speaking English?
Everybody's there to comfort the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Kodak Black, obviously you ain't smart enough to realize how big of a population LA is.
Right.
You pissed off a whole city saying some stupid shit like that.
It's like having a real fine kindergarten teacher at elementary.
That's the only time you see that.
Right.
Kodak Black, you look like a Muppet tar baby.
There's a lot of brothers thinking this already. I'm telling you, there's brothers there's probably brothers on the Lakers thinking this already. There's brothers in the Clippers already thinking this. You know, that one brother that the Dodgers brought up that looked like he was in the G League is thinking it. But they know better than to say it.
Derek Fisher is thinking it.
Derek Fisher thought it before Nipsey Russell got shot. He probably said that day, if he was to get shot, I might move in. And if he don't get shot, I might move in. Because I'm Derek Fisher.
Can we expect that much from a artist, if you want to call him that said he thinks he's as good as Biggie and Tupac?
I'll sleep with Jeff Bozo's slide chick. It don't matter to me. Shout out to Jeff Fisher. I'm not asking for a sponsorship. I'm asking for tips. I'm gonna set up a brunch between me, you, and Rosebud.
This magic moment.
Shout out to Kodak Black. My introduction to you was a freestyle video shoot where you effectively forgot the lyrics to your freestyle.
Wait, how do you forget lyrics? It's a freestyle. You ain't supposed to have no lyrics in your head.
Shout out to Kodak Black for having the illest freestyles that you can't remember.
You're not supposed to remember freestyle. It's supposed to be freestyling. So obviously he wasn't freestyling.
Shout out to Kodak Black. No. He was freestyling. He was literally freestyling, Aaron.
So did he forget English then?
I think the nigga forgot what planet he was on.
That's because you can't forget a freestyle because it's all coming in your head as you saying it. So obviously he forgot English.
You know what? When I saw him, it looked like he was the tar baby that realized Master was watching him.
What was his favorite song?
Yo, nigga shit.
Come on, man. Is that it, Brandon? Is that it? Damn.
Hey, Kodak Black, shout out, sponsorship.
Jussie Smollett, all charges dropped. Ali Boubaye.
Man, he got his charges dropped without hiring the OJ's team.
Jussie Smollett, I need some of that pixie dust you got.
Obviously, he got the goods.
Man, he got man.
I don't know how he got them charges dropped.
Man,
he fucked up.
Man, he must be Magic Johnson's sponsor.
Dude, he must be Magic Johnson in the 80s in LA.
Shout out to Jussie Smollett. You got lucky once, Negro. I don't know how you got on the Mighty Ducks cast. That should have been me.
Come on.
But now you got lucky twice. I need you to renounce your status as the gay Tupac and just say, I am the lesser version of John Legend's left nut.
It makes sense to drop the charges just because, like, number one, it's gonna cost a lot of money to even like get him in court and all that security. It's more than just saying, hey man, like your public shame is enough. Like you just need to get out of the court, man.
Why waste taxpayers' money?
Right, like every time he shows up at the courthouse, like there's gonna be 1,000 reporters.
That's true.
And
It's
everything.
gonna take more police, more infrastructure. They will save more money. It's like, look, we already fucked up and used a lot of money trying to look for this non-person that existed.
Right, exactly. Now we're gonna put you inside. Yeah,
Now we're gonna spend a lot more.
Exactly.
Like, let's learn from Santa Clara's mistake by getting the Super Bowl. Jussie Smollett. Don't forget to his sister Journey. I'm still available.
Shout out to Jussie Smollett sponsorship.
R. Kelly last night showed up. People paid at a place called Dirty South in Chicago, a nightclub. People paid $100 to come in to watch R. Kelly perform. R. Kelly shows up at 1:30. Now it is Chicago. Don't forget, Chicago stays open later. So they had their last call and kicked everybody at 3:30. But he still showed up at 1:30. Proceeded to take pictures with every fan. All the fans talked to him. He went on this whole diatribe on how the media's like really painting him awful and this and that, and he's not getting a fair shake. Talking to the crowd. Then he gave them their money's worth of that they paid for by singing Bump and Grind for 28 seconds and leaving. No shit, I watched the video. It was 28 seconds exactly, and he left. And he sang it with the crowd. And it sounded like he just grabbed some random mic. Like he didn't set up shit or anything. People were disappointed. The club gave people like $50 back. Yeah. They're like, they give you all your money back. Here's the crazy thing. There was only 100 people there. The place holds 400. Wow. Right? But there was like a radio station there, or a news station there. They're interviewing people like, what do you feel? This and that. And some people are like, hey, you know what? I separate the artist from R. Kelly, right? Yeah. I separate this. But some people are just outside like, you know what? I was believing in them. I was trying to support him, but fuck this now. You know? I don't know. What you think?
That's like, I always separate the art from the artist, man. Like, I mean, unless I'm going to investigate everybody I listen to music from, or everybody who directed the movie, who acted in the movie, like, I mean, I'm not the person to judge any of those people, man. Except for Woody Allen. That shit was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with the R. Kelly thing, man, I wasn't there, man. Let the legal process play out or whatever. And he was found guilty, man. I guess we'll go hear any more from R. Kelly. But
Van Gogh cut his ear off.
R. Kelly, you need to cut something off, and you need to start performing longer than 28 seconds. You need to at least do 3 songs.
Shout out to R. Kelly. Can I use that soundbite legally? Fair use?
Shout out to R. Kelly. Did you play football? Because you acting like you got CTE. You just making every bad decision.
But would you rather, like an R. Kelly, where he shows up taking pictures, signs autographs, but then doesn't perform, or a Lauryn Hill, where you're like, oh man, she's studying traffic, but when she really just rolling the blunt in the back?
I think I might take the R. Kelly because she rolling butter black, and then when she come out, she gonna start crying. And I was like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. She been crying for 30 minutes. Like, this is worse than one of them modern theater shows where they just screaming for 45 minutes. Like, she just crying.
Everything is everything. Shout out to R. Kelly. I hope that your concert lasts longer than deliberations on your guilt.
Shit.
R. Kelly does look like a lot of people, though.
He does. He look like Bobby Fully Love.
He look like Adebisi.
What's his next type?
He looks like Ruben Patterson.
AAF out of business.
Is it shut down for good?
Final Four. They suspended the league, man. Like everybody's like asked to look for it.
Bro, they just got like how many hundreds of millions.
Suspended from that one guy, and the league is canceled. They had no games this week. It's officially canceled. They gave the players permission to seek talks with the NFL, and then the NFL has told all teams not to talk to any player.
Right.
So it's kind of fucked up. They were trying. I give them credit. They were trying to get in as the league. They didn't come in and say we're going to challenge the league. They were trying to make it as like a minor league. Football is not a sport you can do a minor league because every hit is just one hit less on your career. But they tried to. They didn't try to come in and say we're going to be this different league that's going to be different and win. They're like, no, we're going to try to come in and be the minor league. We want the players at the bottom of the roster that don't get time.
But they also did know what they did do though is they had some rule tweaks.
And some of them were good.
Yeah, like the onside kick rule tweak where they just basically like
That was really good.
You just get a down. You have one down. It's 4th and 10. You have to get 10 yards. If you don't get
it was
it,
like 15.
And you
it was
start
like 4th and 15.
Oh yeah, 4th and 15. But basically, you start 4th and 10, 4th and 15 at the 30-yard line wherever you would kick off from, and you got to get that first down. If you get it, it's your ball. If you don't get it, then that team takes over wherever they get it. So you could chance it, and you have your chance of making the play.
It was really good because the onside kick is basically dead now. The NFL changed the rule, the onside rule, where they can't have that wedge and block it. So basically, just
they can't do the run up. They
can't do the run up. They have to stand there. They can't run. The onside, I didn't see a single onside kick successful this year that I've watched in person. If there was one, it probably was off for someone just doing something really. It was probably the worst year for onside kicks.
At the line and hope it hits off somebody and bounces back.
Yeah,
to you.
that's it because it's basically ruined.
They've
now.
killed it.
Well, they killed it.
The other thing that I really thought was a cool it's like kind of like a more side thing they did. They tried to have all certain teams have the exact same uniform but with different shoulder patch colors. That was cool.
I mean,
it's like you guys can wear purple and silver or purple and gold, and then you just alternate who has gold on the shoulder pads and who has off gold.
Well, I think where they messed up, they tried to make it more of a national thing than it needed to be. Like I feel like if you just start regionally, like a good business would, if you just say, hey, like we're gonna be the California Football League, you can still put it on national TV, but it just be like, hey, we're gonna be in Oakland, we're gonna be in LA, we're gonna be in San Diego, and we're gonna be in north or near Watsonville or something like that.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. Those little flag football leagues. They're trying to put those on ESPN too, like with dudes who are pretty dope.
There's a lot of time to kill on TV.
There's a lot of time.
Yeah, because they created a 24-hour fucking entertainment.
TV. See, Brandon, you might not know this. When I was growing up, TV went off the air. Like there were times I would wake up early in the morning, in the middle of the night, and leave my TV on in my bedroom, a black and white TV, and all you saw was the bars. And then when I got a color TV, I saw the color bars. TV went off the air. Showtime goes off the air still. HBO now and then goes off the air. But yeah, like they've done it to themselves with this 24-hour cycle, and it's like, dude, we gotta fill this shit up.
Shit.
It's only so many episodes of Sparks we can show.
I did like watching the Lumberjack Olympics though, late night on ESPN.
No, that was actually enjoyable.
That shit was fun, watching them run up them poles and then back down, or run the spinning log thing. That shit was dope. I learned something about a whole nother subsect of society.
That's great that people train for that sort of thing.
And people there's people that are well known, like that motherfucker's good. I'm like, whoa, there's other things people are good at other than the 5 different main things that I know about or value based upon my social constructions and media consumption.
Well, the funny thing about the lumberjack games is kind of like being like a kid in Honduras, like getting bananas. Like those kids are really good. And going climbing up trees.
Or the fools.
But there's not ESPN 6 or some shit like that down there to make them famous. That shit's hilarious.
Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to turn black people into the Filipinos and Puerto Ricans of the world. Oh, Cardi B?
Who? Oh, Dragon?
Right. Sounds like her and Bill Cosby had a real long talk.
Hey, so I seen that.
Spiking each other's drink and just kind of staring at each other to see who's not off.
Who's not off first? Oh, man, we holding out.
Dude, that would be dope.
That'd be a great contest.
What if we? All right, how about this? What if for the next year, let's cut down Bill Cosby's prison sentence, or not? We don't have to, but let's say we cut down his prison sentence and give Cardi B no prison sentence, but they have to do once a week for the next 5 years. They do a Russian roulette of drinks, and they stare at each other until one person falls asleep, and they got to deal with the consequences afterwards. They lock the room. They get 12 hours.
Well, the problem is Cardi B, you can't lock the room because she wants to rob him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's part of her punishment. Like, you're not going to prison, but once a week you got to go to this facility, and Bill Cosby will be taken there too, and you guys are gonna do a Russian roulette, or you make it fun and interesting. You make it into a TV show, right? Where they both get to like Survivor. They both have their strategy of how they're gonna drug the other one first, and then they come to dinner, but nobody can be drugged before the dinner starts, right? And they're finding creative ways of making their drugging of each other, and whoever hits first hits, and then that would be is that not a tight show idea? Hey. Trademark that. Shout out to CBS, NBC, CNN, WBC, BBC sponsorship.
Yeah, man, that might work, man.
We have Fleece Booty Johnson be the host.
I feel like it'd be like a more of a YouTube show.
Or Chris Hansen.
Cardi B and like Bill Cosby, who could
Chris
drug those
Hansen.
people in an hour.
Honestly, I'm not even really mad at Cardi B. I think it is like it's one of those things where it's obviously like bad,
Yeah.
but at the same time like she's working in an exploitative setting. So I'm like, you're also like, it's like getting mad at a black person for finding a way to come up through, you know what I'm saying, bootlegging means, or, you know what I'm saying, disproportionately poor people in the South bootlegging alcohol when they're like, this law is saying this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that drugging men, I'm not saying that drugging men and taking their money is like bootlegging, but it's a reaction to the situation you're put in, right? You take certain risks, and she was working as a stripper in the sex world, so like she was also being objectified and probably like being I don't think she just came in there like, I'm gonna do this and this is gonna be how I get it. I think there was also some things that she probably went through that was like, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me, so why the fuck should I even care about them? These motherfuckers want to take me home, they want to take me to their hotel room, there's all bets are off once I go back with them, so let's get it. As she said.
It sounded like she was planning to rob them.
Yeah.
They were planning on having sex with her for money.
Potentially.
So I'm not going to say she was being exploited. It sounded like it was a business agreement at that point.
An
And
illegal transaction.
And she was robbing them. So I'm going to say, like, I'm not going to sit here.
I don't know.
I'm going to say, look, sometimes, like I said, sometimes the only choices are bad choices. Right. But, I mean, she's not a victim in that situation.
She pulled a big baller brand move, the co-founder move, and she's like, all right, this shit's probably not going to end well.
She was not a victim in that.
No, I'm not saying she was a victim. I'm just saying is that, but no, like I said, like, there's certain things that, and yeah, she has a choice to work in that realm to degree. She wasn't trafficked into that realm. But what I am saying is that, like, I think that realm is so underrepresented or not even understood because it's a dark underbelly, the sex trafficking or the sex trade or the prostitution game that, you know, all bets are off once you go back to somebody's place that you are in that that verbal whatever contract with, that this motherfucker could just beat your ass, or this motherfucker could like just rob you and send you out, or just rape you, or kidnap you, or murder you. Like, so I am saying.
So you say it's better to go in there with a plan to run to drug.
No, I'm saying. Well, I would like. Hey, no. I would always have a plan. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, give me. Hey, TV show, bro. I'm going into a situation I don't want to be in. Give me 2 hours to figure out how to drug this motherfucker and escape with all the leverage and all the loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. That's what KRS-One said. He said, give me the loot. That's what she did. So I kind of identify with what she was doing. I don't agree with it. But I am saying is I understand the fact that, hey, it's either the potentials of the negative things that could happen, or they could just have sex and it could be over and she gets to leave, or she makes sure that she gets to have sex if she wants to and she gets her loot and that dude can't do no harm to her.
You know, she could just not go back to the room. Like, she could not just...
Or she could say no.
Just not negotiate.
Exactly. That is true. No,
exactly.
My issue...
She chose to.
My issue with her was not that she was necessarily drugging dudes. My issue was that she was like, yeah, I want to get revenge. I'm going to drug a dude and then tell him, let's have a threesome, and I'm going to get a tranny to fuck him. And I was like, that's crossing the line.
She crossed the line on all of it. That's not the only...
No. That's where I draw my line. I'm like, wait. You don't... That's not fair. That's not fair. Yes, you wanted a threesome. Yes, you were willing to do whatever to get that threesome. But you did not necessarily agree to having a threesome with the tranny.
I hope Cardi B's career ends up like Kodak Black's.
Well, she's far more talented than Kodak Black.
All right, stop right there, Jay. I hope Cardi B, Blueface, and Kodak Black all go to the same place in their career.
Ooh, what if we get them all on a So Real Life with Bill Cosby TV show, bruh? Let's do it.
Yeah, all of it.
All right, I'm not saying Cardi B's right, but I don't think that I feel like comparing her to what's his name, Bill Cosby is not accurate and not a good and it's not a good way of.
I think she could be charged with rape at this point.
No, I think she could, but I don't think what like the situations, the placement, and the actual personal like place where those people were when these things were happening are completely different. That's like you trying to compare yourself to a CEO and being like, we're
and that's why I think
equal.
we shouldn't compare.
Yeah, and that's my thing. My main thing is not comparing. The funny is trying to compare her and
the funniness.
Cosby.
I'm fine with that.
I can find the funny in it, but I'm like, she's not Cosby. Cosby's not her. They're two different people that did things that were definitely different. And if everything about Cosby is true, it was like a thing that happened for decades and was from a person of power exploiting something versus somebody as a sex worker who typically is not coming from a position of power. So there's a vast difference in that. And in this way, yeah, the roles are reversed, so we don't know how to reconcile that, or we don't know how to fully understand that. But I just don't agree with comparing it to Cosby. I do see where people make that comparison, and I understand why they make it, but I don't think it's accurate.
I think making it humorously is fine.
Humorous is fine. That's why they need to have a show together.
More like Derek Sharper.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Yeah,
Derek Sharper with drug women. And be like, all right, you know what?
With drug women that he's already had sex with before, who even said, I was going to have sex with him that night. I don't understand why he drugged me. One of the women in L.A. said that.
Did he have a duffel bag with a bunch of
he just had
VHSs in it? Because that's what he was doing. He was like, man, I'll give you my R. Kelly on.
He didn't go R. Kelly-ish. I think he just got some really sick demons, dude. Because, like I said, one of the girls said, look, here's the crazy thing. I called up my girlfriend. She's like, he's a great-looking guy. I've had sex with him many times before. We were going to both have sex with him that night. And he drugged us and raped us. I don't understand. Like, everything was leading us having sex. We went back to the hotel. And she's like, I couldn't understand why he did that. And I said, I think he just had some demons. Some people just have demons, man. Some of them I know.
You call it demons. I call it kink. You know, in certain states, you can't even put it in somebody's rectum without being persecuted by law. All right, let's get to our Cutty Corner shoutouts.
It's time.
We're burning now.
God, if you let it in, hell.
So cold and bleeding now, now, now.
I'm in with it, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a
All right, Cutty Corner shoutouts. Where are we at, Aaron, Cutty Corner shoutouts.
I'm ready. My Cutty Corner shout out this week goes out to Molly Mall, hip hop artist Molly Mall, who was also in Love and Hip Hop and all that. He's actually born out here in the Bay Area, in Northern California, not the Bay Area. I think probably Sacramento or some shit like that. But lives in L.A. and all this. I ain't heard none of his music, but he is in the news because my man was arrested for they said it was a lot of sex and maybe some human trafficking. I don't think he was human trafficking. Probably just had a lot of prostitutes over there at his house. When police went over there to check it out, they didn't arrest him. I think that they said he went into custody, but he claims he wasn't arrested. For basically, he was picked up for having in possession exotic animals that are illegal to have. This motherfucker had a white python. Made me think he was from Florida. White python, a couple of spider monkeys in his house just running around, and 2 lynx cats. Do you know what lynx are? Mm-hmm. They're beautiful cats, but they're a fucking wild animal, and they're bigger than normal cats, and they usually kill normal cats. They're fucking wild. They're wild. They're used to killing their own food. They're used to doing this shit. What the fuck is he thinking? There's pictures online of him having people over his house, even like Bieber, other stars, other hip-hop stars, holding his magic, him feeding them raw meat. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? You know, Molly Mall, my Cutty Corner shout-out go out to you for being born in Northern California, living in Southern California, but acting like you a stupid-ass motherfucker from Florida. I'm done. That's my Cutty Corner shout-out. Please don't shoot me when I go to L.A.
You know, my Cutty Corner shout goes out to bloggers. Basically, y'all know how to run a good thing real quick. So a couple weeks ago, did the Florida Man Challenge, right? You put in your birthday, you put a Florida man, and you put your birth date in there, and you just pop up crazy shit, right? I put in mine early in the day. A Florida man, September 29th, right?
Uh-huh.
Apparently sniped a dog while he was on a walk with his 2 owners from an apartment balcony. I was like, that's a crazy thing. That's a Florida man do, right?
Yes.
But then once again, bloggers gotta ruin it. Every second-rate, third-rate, fourth-rate blog talking about the Florida Man Challenge. Guess what? You can't even find articles about crazy Florida men anymore because guess what? All the articles are from other bloggers talking about the Florida Man Challenge.
What is this Florida Man Challenge?
All right, so you put May Florida Man, and you put your birthday. So yours like April.
You should just find the shit without even putting in Florida Man.
But you get the whole point was that the challenge was you get the headline, like some of the crazy headlines from your birthday.
From your birthday, okay. So now because they done this shit,
because it's being done so much now,
right? Because the bloggers are like writing about it.
Yeah.
Now you can't even find. Florida Man.
You can't find the good newspaper articles that you found before.
Right. I used to go do after Halloween candy shopping. Guess what? Bloggers ruin that shit too. There's real candy eaters out here. Like, go there 2 days afterwards.
Get you your deals.
First day, it's 30% off. Second day, it's about 50% off. About a week later, it's 70% off. Guess what? Bloggers ruin that shit. Guess who's out? Guess who's at Target at 12:01 a.m. trying to get 20% off? Guess what? Bunch of white people in Emerville
trying to get their old Henrys.
Ruin that shit. Bloggers ruin everything. You find a nice new restaurant you like. Oh man, this is nice new spot, man. Look, I'm check this out. Guess what? Now you gotta wait an hour to get in that motherfucker.
Brandon, I got a question about all these bloggers. What is the demographic that typically reads and then affects you after they read these articles?
I don't know, man.
Brandon,
it depends on what
Brandon,
it is.
you have.
It depends on what it is.
Brandon.
Because if it's Trap Tuesday, it's a different demographic.
But Brandon,
Trap Tuesday will always have a different demographic.
Brandon, we all know.
I got a hashtag woke white wife.
And we know that you are not biased or prejudiced in any way. But typically, who reads these blogs and then utilizes them to then impact your lifestyle that you created in your own niche?
I'm not going to say that it's white people.
So did we ever establish the types of people, the demographic that is affecting you, Brandon?
Techies.
Shout out to White People Sponsorship. My Cutty Corner shout out. My Cutty Corner shout out.
Trekkies at too.
Trekkies. Ooh. My Cutty Corner shout out goes out to, I don't want to say this. It goes out to all the people on Twitter.
Shit.
Who continue, shout out to Twitter sponsorship, who continue to racialize things unnecessarily. Like with the whole thing about the rapper being caught in Georgia with like pounds of weed on him, and they're like, man, people in California, white people can do this, that, and that, but this dude getting busted for weed. I'm like, but that's like a commonly known rule. Don't be in Georgia, or don't be in Texas, or don't be in Arizona. Just like, I've known this. Y'all live there. You grew up there. You should know this better than me. I know not to go to these places. I barely can, like, I'm scared to drive across the border from here to Oregon, and it's legal in both states, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of people making some crazy double standards. I'm like, yes, there has been a history of double standards. There's a history of these issues going on, but these motherfuckers have enough means nowadays, and enough of us have enough access to information with everyone being on Twitter, everyone having a smartphone, to be able to look this shit up and know you can't do that there. And I'm tired of people making it some form of race, because all you're doing is flooding the market. You're drowning the people that need to see the real racism in the trivial bullshit convoluted forms of what you claim is racism or discrimination and bigotry, and thus make them no longer receptive to even wanting to see or hear or acknowledge. There's already people that don't care. They're racist. They know they're bigoted. They hate. They don't care. There's enough people who are also being drowned out by it. I need the people on Twitter and all these people who think they some smart motherfuckers, the overly smart motherfuckers, to stop claiming these forms of racism, especially when you are engaging in forms of genderism, homophobia, or misogyny on top of your forms of calling out some form of racism. Don't make sense to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be misogynistic in how you calling out this inequality while you're also being, unequal to women. Or don't be doing this, you know what I'm saying, calling out gays and lesbians while you trying to ask for the same representation and dignity. It's like, be tactful, be thoughtful. Anyways, that's just me. My second Cutty Corner shout out goes to NASA. NASA was on we were a couple weeks out from recording. NASA had a historic spacewalk that was going to occur a couple weeks ago, and it was supposed to be the first all-women spacewalk. Aaron, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunately canceled or postponed because they could still do it another time, but it didn't happen when they had planned it out because they were unable to do the walk. They were unable to do the spacewalk. Brandon, do you know why they couldn't do the spacewalk?
There weren't any hair ties.
No.
That would have been a better excuse.
That would that
would have been like, I can understand why NASA don't have hair ties, but this is worse.
Like, we ran out of foundation. Only one of us could use it.
That might have been better too. That's sad. That's a sad excuse, but it might have been better. This one makes no fucking sense.
Bruh, they weren't able to do it because they didn't have adequate number of spacesuits to fit the women.
They didn't have enough medium.
Brandon, how many women were on this spacewalk?
4.
2.
They didn't have enough medium-sized suits, they said.
They said they didn't have enough suits for 2 women.
I almost want to go through and just look at history of astronaut heights. Because look, there's no brothers of astronauts. I ain't seen no brothers. I ain't seen no Scandinavian dudes out there.
Lou Alcindor was a pilot, though.
Yeah, that was an airplane, though. He didn't go to space.
But that's my thing.
How do you not have enough medium-sized suits?
My thing is, what if there's an emergency and they all need to do something in outer space?
Right.
That ship, that space station is screwed because if they need all hands on deck, they'll be like, well, I guess I can't go out there and do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got a suit that'll fit.
That's funny.
It's crazy. So yeah, they didn't have 2 suits to fit 2 women to do all women space.
Have they been planning on doing a space?
I had heard about it like over a month ago. Like it was like something, but like obviously they're at a space station. But I'm like, y'all couldn't have like FedEx teleported some shit up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all got the means to be like, let's check the suits.
How did you become an astronaut and never put on a spacesuit? Like,
I guess women's gotta share suits, just like the colors gotta share the same water fountain in the back. Like, y'all get to use the shitty one in the back.
Use your practice jersey.
Yeah. But no, what are they using? I don't know what they're using. What if aliens attacked and they had to like get out? The hole was breached and you couldn't stay in there. She was like, only one of us got a suit. Oh no, Rochambeau for this shit. No, I know how they determine who gets to go out and fight and get to wear the spacesuit. They probably do the Cardi B and Bill Cosby challenge where they drug each other as to who falls asleep first. The one who falls asleep second gets the suit.
I feel like frat boys been playing that game for years.
Yeah. Be sure to carry up my ass.
Come on, man.
Oh Jesus! Hey, you know we have a new. Well, anyways, that's my Cutty Corner shout out. 2 of them. Aside from that, I think was that the show?
That's the show, man.
That's the show.
That's the show.
Hold on. April. It's April already.
It's April. You know what that means, right?
Damn.
That means we have a new jingle. We have a new theme song for now, for the time being. We can get a different one.
That's the thing?
Yeah.
Every April, huh?
Every April. Hey. Anyways, thank you for listening to a show. Y'all listening. Check us out on Stitcher. Spotify can eat a dick, potentially. Spotify sponsorship. Stitcher sponsorship. iTunes sponsorship. Please, somebody hook us up because we need more platforms. Y'all niggas give Kodak Black a platform and you gonna flag our shit? That nigga don't create nothing. Shit. Controversy. Nigga create ignorance. He's like a black hole. He's a reverse black hole of ignorance. He don't suck it all in. He puts it all out. Nigga got to go. You know, the Teletubby from the dinosaurs. Anyways, thank you for listening to our show. Holla at us, and we will leave you with our new song, which has been reloaded on all the other episodes, by the way. So anyways.